Hello everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, it's back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI, and hello, it's been a few days. I have got a new microphone, and you guys will have to tell me if it sounds good, if it sounds better, if it's too loud, too light. Well, I don't think I can turn it up anymore. And you'll just have to let me know. Or maybe you just see me now and you can't hear me and you're like, what's wrong with my volume? Maybe it's my volume. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Greetings, Battle and Geezer. How are you? Hi, Jan. James Norton is here. David Bartello. Good to see you guys. Thanks for dropping by. John Chappell. Hello. Barbara Gingras. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Who else? TBJ, double TBJs. Hey, Wolfnor, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? Just, give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure. Sounds clear, slightly loud. That's just the way I wanted it. All right, good. I thought, man, it's time to invest at least, $15 into a new headset. So thank you to all the members. James, I see your badge there. Thanks, John Chappell and James, for buying our $15 new headset. It sounds better. It's better than the old work one, certainly. That thing has its own battle scars, certainly from the legal wars. Okay, well, it's been a couple of days. We had a baby shower this weekend, so that took precedence, of course. A good time was had by all. The baby is 50 days away. The countdown is truly on now. So that went well. I wasn't feeling well like last Friday. I don't think there was anything actually really wrong with me. One of those days I woke up, I was like, I don't feel great. So yeah, I mean, we just haven't streamed. I put up the video yesterday just to kind of move along in the air war. Oh, hey, Nord. Gotcha. Nord is Barbara. We don't judge here. I will not misgender you. That's fine. Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm glad you're here, Nord. That is real dedication to get the wife's laptop. And I appreciate it. I appreciate your dedication. But I wanted to do some of the air war, and let's go around and look very quickly at some of the things I did. Now, Wolfnor, I know you brought up that to look at level 2 or level 3 airfields. I think for the most part, I got everything onto a level 2 airfield, and I think it's got the proper support. Because, point well taken. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Wolfnor put a comment under the last video saying, you're going to take more operational losses if you're on level 1 airfields, which is true. You're going to take more operational losses if you don't have enough support at your airfields. That is true as well. I think for the most part, I tried to anyway, to get them all, and you can see here in green, I've got, level 2, I think up at Riga is a level 2, down here is a level 2, and then as we go into the south, we've got this one level 1 airfield. So I've got a level 2 at Lvov, I got a level 1 there, a level 1 at Stanislav. Now the problem is, so point well taken when you get down here, the problem is there are no level 2 airfields down here, and if I take off the air units there, if we're just looking around for level 2 airfields, for whatever reason, the only one is really Chernovsky, and I think I've got that one pretty well loaded up. So all that was left was a bunch of level 1 airfields in here. So again, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're obviously not. Well, what you said is correct. I'm just not sure there's a better way that we could, if we want any kind of air power from Chernovsky here down to Paksani and over to these 2 level 2s that are south of Odessa, there just aren't level 2 airfields there. So I think in most of these places we have support because we're so close to the border, or we're actually in Romania. The other big item from last time is all of the rain. Rain has invaded the map Rain is winning right now. There is mud all over the place. Yeah, we could certainly build some or upgrade them. There is no doubt about that. I'm just saying at the current moment, right? I'm hoping we push out a little bit in the spring and summer, or, you know, I can always kind of not have aircraft right in this area, and I am not going to bring the bombers on. Why am I not going to bring the bombers on? Well, because the Soviets aren't attacking. We're not really attacking. I just wanted to bring fighters or more fighters out because it seems that the Soviets are running bombing missions back into our cities. If that's the case, I want to get some fighters up because it looks like a turkey shoot. I mean, every time that they're running these bombing runs, we're knocking, you know, a number of them out of the air. They're sustaining like 10-to-1 losses. So I wanted to get some more fighters on the map. But yeah, point well taken. Again, you know, when I bring bombers out, maybe at the end of this turn we'll build up, let's say, Barosani, I should say, or Lassi, or one of these, you know, level 1s. We could build that up a little bit for when I bring the bombers on. Or, just because we have fighters out there, we could start to build one up. Now, we're a little low on AP, and it does take some AP, right? So, let's put this back on the map. I don't think I'm going to bring any bombers for the aforementioned reasons. We're not really attacking, and the Soviets aren't attacking. So having bombers out there seems like a little bit of waste of freight to me, because it's already, the logistics are already going to be hard through the mud. So I think, you know, it's better to bring some fighters out, try to knock out some Soviet aircraft, but wait on the bombers until the ground gets a little firmer, and maybe we're going to go on the attack, because we're not going to attack in the mud, obviously. And it looks like the AI has closed up shop. Now, last year when it did this, it lasted about 5 turns, I think, where the AI did not attack at all because of the mud. I assume, you know, there's something in the algorithm that just tells it not to attack. Salty. Now, Salty, that's why you love War in the West, because you want those paratroopers. Yeah, I know why you want the paras out there. Well, we only have the one airborne group, but my understanding is I don't think that we can... well, we'll get back to that. We'll see if there's any indication that we should do some kind of airborne mission. Obviously, we can transport troops around by plane, but as far as, you know, dropping them out here at Novgorod, well, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's look at our directives. We've got Ground Support, Army Group North, Ground Support, Army Group Center, South, A, and Antonescu. Well, those are the armies that we have it on the map. We also have the Kempf group, right? The Kempf detachment, I should say. That's under Luftwaffe 4, and I think we should give that a directive. So let's get the air back out here on the map and go down to Luftwaffe 4. Luftwaffe. I don't know. People get mad at me if I say it both ways. I'm sure there's a right way to say it, and I should probably put it into Google Translate, right? Or just have it pronounce it for me. Luftwaffe 4, but that's how I'm going to do it. We need to put in more ground support, and we need to do it with the Kempf detachment. Now, where the heck are you, though? Army Group Center, Army Group North. There it is. Now, that's under... Oh, it's considered under Army Group A. That's right. Duh. See, that's what happens when I don't play for a day or so. That is an army. It's not an army group. I was sitting here in my mind thinking army group, but it's actually an army, so that doesn't make any difference. As a matter of fact, we may have to take one of these armies out from Army Group A because it's a little overstacked and have it go directly back to OKH, but we'll make that determination when we get down there. Okay, I think that's good then. So we've got everything that's on the map covered with some kind of ground support, which is what I want. TBJ says Luftflotte is okay. Okay. Hey, Lucas, what's up? I've got an all-star Luftflotte. I think that's how I'm saying. I don't. Gosh darn it. Now, my grandmother was German. I should have asked her. May she rest in peace. I don't think she probably wanted to talk much World War II with me, though. Yeah, I've got a real all-star cast. I've got Nord, Lucas, James, Wolfnor, Salty. Hey, Jay Riggs, what's going on? Cool. Okay, this looks good. We didn't run any. I always, when I say it looks good, I look at it and just make sure the game didn't like run any sorties that I didn't want it to run, and it did not. So we are in good shape there. Okay, straight up to the north, and I think what I'm going to do is move everything for the most part before we deal with any new units that come out on the map. Basically because I don't want to use them all up in the north and the center, which I have a tendency to do when we start up here, because I'm like, oh, I need a unit there, so I take the reserve and put it there, and that has helped contribute to the low quality of our divisions in the south. And I blame myself. I mean, I'm not blaming the game or something. I mean, that's my fault. I end up trying to dole them out up here because we have so many needs that I'm like, oh, we need something there. Okay. Okay, so this is that unit that we brought in. Now, it's nice that we kind of know the Soviets probably aren't going to attack if we had to guess. Now, I could just go replace one of these two. This unit, though, 14,000 TOE 78, that looks fine. You know, I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look good. It looks fine for where we are. This unit's at 11,378 with the TOE of 75. Okay. Then we have 10,206, 64, and we have the worst of the batch, 8,502 on men, and a 49. Now that's what I want to get out of here, but as you can see, I don't think we can get all the way down there. You know, we just don't have enough movement points. So instead, I'm going to go right there, okay, and then I'll put this on reserve for a turn. So if it does get attacked, at least we have this unit, you know, that maybe gets thrown in the battle. I've got a new puppy, by the way, just in case you were wondering. That was not me. The puppy likes to lay at my feet when I stream, and it's become a problem because she's a sweetie, but that's loud when that happens. Ain't no scooting in the mud, Ifler. Boy, that's right. That sounds like a good country song. There ain't no boot scooting in the mud. Maybe I'll write that one. Out on my farm. Okay, so we're going to put that on reserve, 134th ID. If we look back at Lindemann, he's got 10 command points, 10 of 10. Look at all these tendrils this man is controlling, the puppet strings. And so next turn, we'll take that, we'll put it right into that fort level. We'll take this unit, probably pop it back here on top of the headquarters and the depot. Let's turn depots on really quickly. Probably pop that back out there and let that try to refit. Now, we haven't had any luck because I've been rebuilding so many things in the reserves, but we are starting to, you know, I guess consolidate down in the reserves a little bit, that I'm hoping anyway, that we can start to rebuild some things on the map. We'll see. 16th Army. 16th Army sitting at 29 of 30. That looks good to me. That's fine, and the 16th can still sit there. Now, it came up in the comments, hey, the Soviets have come kind of around the corner here. They're by the land bridge again. Maybe we should build that up. Now, if we go to defensiveness, that is a 12. Get off that. That is a 12 level 3 fort. I just don't think I have enough units on the map to go up and reinforce this right now. I could maybe take this Luftwaffe. Now, see, I did it because you guys got me thinking about it. Luftwaffe field division and stack it up here with him. I mean, they're part of the same corps under Theobald Lieb. Theobald Lieb loves a good land bridge. And so he's in command there. I've got this. You know what? Why don't we do that? Actually, that's not a terrible idea. Let's just put this up here. Not that it makes it that much better, but it takes it from, well, that's not true. It takes it from a 12 to a 23. What I was going to say is not that I'm that worried about that unit, but if it kind of probes here and it thinks we're weak, maybe it pushes on. I did like to have that there in the rough, just in case there's a breakthrough here, but maybe it's better served being there. So I am going to, you know, put that up there. That's Lieb. Lieb's only got 3 of 10, so we could give Lieb some more units. Now let's go back here to 18th. It's only at 19 of 30. And I was actually tempted to take something else and put it in 18th, because right now we've got a real overstacking on some armies in the south, and so we need to start pushing commands north. But I'm not going to do it yet. How about that? I'm not going to do it yet. Okay, into Pskov, and these guys held forever. The Finns. Way to go, Finns. These guys just were massive. Taking Leningrad in 41 was huge just because we got these fellas, and they're stalwart. But they are getting their ammunition. I'm not going to say it's low, but it's only at 3/4 or so here when you add it all up. We got to fly back out there with some freight. I didn't do it last time because we lost a few too many transport planes, as I've been doing it. I don't know. The transport planes, we have a decent number of them, but I don't want to get to a point where we just don't have transport planes. So, we'll see. We'll see. These guys don't look in terrible shape, and they are getting freight through here, but I don't want to get into a position where they don't have enough bullets and all of a sudden we've lost Pskov because I'm afraid to lose some transport planes. That's bad. That's not good strategy. Okay, 23rd Corps. I believe that's von Arnim. He has been commanding there forever. He gets along well with the Finns for whatever reason. The 42nd Corps. Okay, that is Brandenburger, a very good general, Brandenburger. He's fine. He's got 10 of 10. I mean, he's got all of his support units. It's 10 of 10. What more do you want? Let's go and look, actually. Does he have any extra? I think I'm going to look for some extra support units if I can. Now, these also have Stug divisions attached to them. Let's go back to von Arnim, 23rd Corps. Does he have anything extra? He's probably not the guy I'd want to take away from. As a matter of fact, I may want to put a gun... I mean, this is in bad shape, but you know what? I'll put it out there with him. Maybe it'll rebuild on the map. I doubt it, but maybe it'll throw a gun in there where we need it. Okay, so this looks fine, and then we go here, and this is all under Brandenburger, who is good for both mech. Let's look at that again. He's good at both mech and infantry, and so I've got this one SS division here. There it is, Totenkopf. So I've got the SS Panzer Grenadiers, the mech unit. I mean, this is a badass unit. It's probably about the best unit we have on the map if it's totally built. We've got a 93 defensiveness there. That looks good. We've got the 13th Panzer here. It's only got 65 AFVs. Let's see what it actually has. It's got 3 Ms, 4 Gs, 3 Ns, some scout tanks. The 2s are scout tanks, so the 2F. So these, the 3N and the 3M are considered medium tanks. The 4 are kind of your premium tanks. A lot of people think a certain way about them, but my understanding is really the Panzer IVs were just deadly against infantry. They may be better against infantry than they were against other tanks, but people can disagree about that, certainly. So 13th Panzer, I wish it had more tanks. It's still showing a pretty good, strength, but it's been worn down sitting out here for a little while, certainly. But I'm going to keep it back there, and that is under Bulk. And Bulk is about as good as it gets when it comes to mech. He goes 8.86 with an 8 on the mech score. Can't do much better than that. Now he also does have some infantry that he's commanding, and this is where we start to get into some questions as far as we've got this, like 3rd Panzer sitting here on the line because it has to. I mean, we just don't have another choice. But it really, because this infantry is so weak. We've also got this Panzer Division back here, 19th, but it's not I mean, this thing's worn down. I've got it on reserve. This is a brand new infantry division. And, moving out here or moving something around, I don't feel like I can move Totenkopf because it's adding so much of the strength here. I mean, if you look at the 102nd and the 370th, they're not really in great, not even decent shape, right? They're at 47 and 49. I've kind of got to leave Totenkopf there until I can bring some more infantry up here. And the same goes for these panzer divisions. Now this one's in reserve, that's how we want it, but this one I don't feel like I can move. This is a brand new division. That's good because it gives us nice zone of control, and really this thing should not get run over, especially with this panzer division in reserve. So I think I'm going to leave that all the same. Bulk sits at 10 to 10. And he's got, you know, I mean, he's got all of the support units you'd want to see. Just to make sure, yeah, I mean, infantry, he's a 7, so he can certainly command infantry, so he's got all of these guys. Moving down here, we get into 28th Corps, and 28th Corps is stacked with LAH, SS Panzer Grenadier Division. This is Valor, and Valor's an excellent general as well. 867, he's not as good at mech. Certainly, and that's why I've given the mech back to the SS. It is an SS unit, right? But that's why, you know, I don't have Valor in charge of it. But Steiner is out here, 9767 Steiner. He likes sauerkraut. Okay, so these guys are going back to Valor, who is stacked with this LAHSS, but that is actually going back to this command, right? Now then, this headquarters, SS Panzer Corps, is going back to Guderian. That looks fine, though. Guderian's at 26 of 30, and that's even taking into account he's got a couple of commands down here that we'll look a little harder at. This is the problem hex right here, the 377th ID. Now, we didn't get attacked last time, and I do have this Panzer Division and this SS Division right here for a reason. This is the weakest unit I've got on the map. It's a 5, well, in the northern part of the map. It's a 5 here. We have got to get something else there. But what, he says. I do think we will go grab, now I said I wasn't going to move the reserves. I do think we'll go grab a reserve. Yeah, I think we have to, really. I just don't think we have a choice. Because this is not going to hold eventually. Now, the Soviets are not attacking right now, but we don't want them to get back into the second level. We also want to make sure these are, at least in light woods, or better. You know, we'd rather it be in clear terrain, but this is light woods, that's fine. And this is clear. Okay, so those are our motorized. We want them there, and we want all the infantry either in heavy woods or swamp where we can find it. We also have a Panzer, an SS Panzer Grenadier Division here, Das Reich. It's in good shape now, but it's getting all this attrition here. You don't want that, certainly. But this is a field division, and then 23rd ID looks good. 335th ID looks good. So what I'm going to do is go get one of these reserve units. None of them look great, do they? I mean, they've got a little bit of yellow. They're coming on the map, not fully supplied, certainly. 4, 4, 4, I don't know. I'm just going to take this one, maybe. Oh, let's not forget we've got that Panzer Division, but I probably want to send that south. So I'll just take one of these. I'm not going to overdo it, but we've got to get up here and replace this division. So I think I'll just come in right there, and we'll replace it next time, and we'll send it off to the reserves. And he can go in under Valor, who's only at 8 of 10 anyway. So that's 28th Corps. Let's put you in the 28th Corps. Okay, so he's in 28th Corps, and when that goes to the reserves, he'll be back at 8 of 10. We've got plenty of room in 18th Army, so that all works out fine. The only kind of, well, I said the only, there's a few strange things going on this map, but we've got SS, SS, we've got the other SS up here. Now, we could take one of these armored divisions and put it in here for the SS and move this out. We've got one, well, it's not that. We've got 1, 2, 3 armored divisions, kind of 2 of them on reserve, 1 on the line. We could take one here and then take that SS Panzer Grenadier. That's not Panzer Grenadier, that's Totenkopf. It is a Panzer Grenadier division. Okay. And bring it down here and put it under the SS command. I would like to do that eventually. If we have another division left at the end here, I will bring it up here and try to replace that. Although, like I said, it's so important for the defense there. Erich von Monstein is right up here. Now, last time I made, well, I don't know if I made a mistake. Surely I wouldn't make a mistake. And now that I look at it, actually, I don't think I made a mistake. I have this other Panzer Corps out here that is under von Senger und Etterlin, who's a good mech general, but he's not von Manstein, at least not in this game. Not to get into debate about von Manstein again, but certainly the stats in this game, he's not von Manstein. I was thinking about this right here. I've put this under the SS right here. I think we're going to have to roll with that, because last turn I thought, well, I could move von Manstein up, but that would move a lot of this out from under his command. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, is that true? I guess if he's right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then obviously they're in command, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Well, I guess if we just give that up. Okay. I was wrong. Let's move this up on the road. When I say this, von Manstein, let's move him up there. And we don't really have a depot in the area. Now, I don't think Burzai has a rail yard, but well, it's too bad. I'd like to have another depot in here somewhere, like right there. But unfortunately, we don't. Let's undo that for a second. I may want to keep him on the depot. Although that didn't bust up its capacity at all. I mean, I get it. It's Corps headquarters. Not going to do a whole lot, but... What do we have underneath here? That's infantry. Where does this go back to? This goes back to Hartmann. He's a good, he's a decent infantry general. This is more infantry. I don't want the mismatch penalty, obviously. Well, I guess eventually von Manstein's going to have to move up here anyway. So I am going to move him up there. And I think what we'll do then, he's 10 of 10. And I think what I'll do is put this in 56th Panzer. Alright, so now he goes back to von Manstein. And this is out, but this can go back to Unetterlin. This will be the only one he's got for now, but we have a lot of armor that's coming back here that he's going to need to take. The other thing I was thinking about doing is making this an assault army, 2nd Panzer. The problem with that is we've got units on the front line. They need to be digging in 2nd Panzer. So I don't think we can do that. I mean, I want to do that eventually so these guys have more, but I don't think we can do it. He does have support units, Unetterlin. Can he get more? Pioneer, mixed flak, howitzer, construction. Okay, fine. He is 47th Panzer Corps, so let's put this in 47th Panzer Corps. There we go. Okay, so he's got that now, and we're also dropping back some motorized units, such as this one. Now, currently I have like 6th Panzer. I have that going back to 3rd Panzer Corps. I'm not sure that we need or have to do that, because some of this needs to come up this way, I think. To the comments I go. I got to take a break. Holy cow. We've got to keep the Allies and Soviets out of Germany. That is true, Nord. Yeah, the December 44 win condition. That's what I'm going for. That's when we'll, now that we're in the mud here, we should be able to get 4 or 5 turns done pretty quick. That's, I mean, that's the plan, is to try to get there. And win on that one. But anyway, my smaller point was, now that we're in the mud, we should be able to move through these turns a little bit quicker. Anyway, okay, we've got this unit here. So this is 68th Corps under the very double-chinned Hubert Lance. He is fine. He's certainly a decent infantry general. Now, what does he have underneath here? 330th ID. This needs to go to the reserves. Let's see. If he goes back here, can I get him to the reserves? Because it certainly needs to go back. Transfer unit to the reserves. I mean, there was only 4,000 men in there, so that wasn't going to do anything. This is a brand new division. Now, I want to move something up here with 22nd Panzer, because quite frankly, 22nd Panzer doesn't look that strong. We've got 10,000 there, 5,000, so this is going to come back to Vilnius. Yeah, he's got to get out of there. He's terrible. 10,000, 7,000, 16,000. Let's look here. 7,000, 4,000 with 6 ID. So if I bring 6th ID this way to try to get this out, can I transfer that out? I can. I mean, some of these are in such bad shape, they've just got to go. It's not like I, necessarily want to be putting things back in the reserves. I just don't have a choice, I don't think. Now, we want to stay in this hex, I think, because we want to stay right in front of Vilnius, and that's heavy woods. So that's a decent unit to have there, but we've got more coming back. This 7,252, what's his TOE? 42? I mean, again, it's just not good enough. This is 7268, 41 on the TOE. Okay. This, I mean, it's all coming back, right? So some of it we need it to come around the corner. Some of it I need to, do more stacking along this line, but we want to stay just in front of Vilnius. I do not want it. That's where I want the line to begin. That's going to stay there. Oh boy, this is going to be real. There's a brand new division right there, and that's what we need. So this is here, and we're going to start building the line right through here. Now he could come, let's say here, and be this unit that's right in front of Vilnius, because this is a clear hex. We're going to have to be in a clear hex somewhere. That is light woods. Light woods. Okay, where's the swamp around here? I thought there was a little more swamp than that, but I'm not seeing it. He could actually be the unit in Vilnius. And maybe what I'll do is let's back up Walt Weiss a hex, and let's also back up 2nd Army a hex. They're not going to be up here anyway. He's moved as far as he can, and we can't transfer him out, the 11th Infantry. So coming back from here then, we've got 2,000. Okay, this field division, got to get this out of here. For now, I'm going to stack it right there. I may put it, on this depot, but we'll see. We've got another field division that's just not good. Let's put that back here. When I say not good, I mean, it's not that a field division's ever that great, but he's really in bad shape. This light division, I'd like to get those guys in the mud if I can. The mud and the muck. Let's put that there. Then we have 11,460. This is 76th ID. He's got 54 TOE. Not great. Not terrible. Let's say here. And then 9,063, we've got 51 on the TOE there. Okay. This is just not great terrain. I need to push out here if I can, when I can, and get this heavy woods right here that, kind of rings around the northeastern side of Vilnius. I think this is the unit that I'll just put in Vilnius. How about that? It's the strongest unit we have kind of in the area. I'm going to have to redo all the commands, obviously. Then we have 12,000. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, I wanted a linchpin, so that's a linchpin right there, but I wanted one up here as well, and it looks like this can be a little bit of that. Let's move that there, and then let's take the Panzer Division and just, I don't know, move him back here on this road a little bit. He can go into reserve, or it could put him right up here. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's put him there. We can put him on reserve right there, and we'll put him on reserve, and he can help, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could get all the way here, or he could go all the way here, right? On reserve in defense. That's what we want. More of that, please. Good. Wow, these guys are in damn bad shape. He needs to go back to the reserves. I didn't really look at that closely. Okay, let's see. So that's a level 1 fort. This is in the clear. This is swamp. Actually, he might do better stepping back one, but I don't want this to bow out too much. We're eventually just going to have to push up here a little bit, or try to anyway. This unit, 9063, not terrible, not great, either one. I'm going to put him right there for a moment, just to make sure I have something there. 3694, we'll bring this back, set it on that depot. We got, I don't want to say fortunate, because that's what I was trying to do, but I'm really glad we're getting a lot of we're getting all of this stuff out for once. Since we've had some problems getting some units out when it comes to a retreat like this. You guys may not believe that, but we've had a few instances. Okay, we got to start getting some things around the corner. This is really where we need the help. So here's the French. Oh boy, it's the French. Let's put them in Kaunas. Then we have the motorized. All right. 14th motorized, I really kind of want in this area. Now, he's got a lot of movement points, so for right now, I'm going to put him right there. And then let's go back and grab this infantry. He could go, let's say, like there. I want to stay in this hex. Well, that's light woods. Yeah, I think we have to. I want to push against this. We've got 35th Corps and 5th Corps. Let's get this headquarters back. Let's get this headquarters back. We've still got units over here. 8323. I don't know. He could go into town, actually. These guys can go a lot further than that. So, yeah, let's put 69th ID in town. Then we have these units. So, again, this is where I want the line to be. He can stack there. Okay. I'm going to be changing a lot of commands this time. 5718. Let's just get him up on a railway. He's got to go back and rebuild. A lot of this does, right? He's got to go back. He's going to have to go back. All right. And then we have 7268. Not great, not terrible. I'm going to put that here. And then we have this headquarters that can come back. 7382. Not great. We'll just triple stack right there, maybe. I would like to keep this hex right here if we can. Or do I bring him around? That's only a 6 now. Can these guys go further? No, they can't. Well, some of them can. He can. Oh, I see what I'll do. Let's bring these guys around the corner. And then let's take this unit and move it right there. Okay, that works. And then this is a very good unit that I think we can probably put here. What happens if I go... Do I want to do that? Can he transfer out? 6658. He's not the worst unit we have out here. Let's get him down the road. We'll move him around here. 5952. That's a unit I want to get out of here. So let's transfer that back to the reserves. 5433. That ain't good enough. That ain't going to cut it, guys. 1673. Okay, that all looks good. 12. So he can go right here, let's say, or here. I don't want him to be able to get around Vilnius. That's only 9,000. He can come around the corner. Let's have him push down here. Not that it's the best unit in the world, but he's better than some of the crap we've got. 9,000, 12,000. All right, we want to be on that hex with a good unit. And then this unit, I think we're going to push him down here as well. Let's see, that's clear. That is clear. What is this? That's clear. Clear. I thought maybe some of those were in the mud, but they're not. Go there. And then we've got these guys. 4,000. That's not good. And I think that can transfer out. Transfer unit. Let's go to the Axis Reserves with you. And 18th Panzer Division. Let's go there. And then we've got the headquarters. We're going to pull back. All right. I think we're mainly out of here. My gosh. That was a lot. I mean, I did that kind of fast. Reading the comments quickly. Yep, I got to send them to the reserve, Lucas. What's the point of having them on the map with 5,000 men? It doesn't do any good. We've already got so many units back there that you know, they're not going to rebuild on the map, so they're just sitting here. I can cycle them through there. I'm getting out 4 or 5 divisions every single time, so I think it's the right thing to do. But that's just my opinion. That's what makes the game fun. Now, this mech unit, I want to deal with that, but I think I've got this way out here. This actually needs to move back too. I wanted to do it out this way, but we've got such a bulge here that I don't think we can. I think we need to move back over this way, and then as we start a spring offensive, if we can take this back, then we can get out into this swamp, you know, heavy woods, more defensible territory. As it is now, obviously, we've got to hang on to Vilnius very strongly, but I think when we come back tomorrow, for one thing, I'm going to try to sort all of this out in my mind. I mean, we've got a million divisions out here. We're going to have to also tear down this depot, Molodechno. I'm going to say that's what it is. Disband depot. And then we're going to take this unit. For now, I'm going to put him right there, but I think I'll put him elsewhere. But again, I want to look that over and either put up a recording later tonight, or we will deal with it tomorrow. One or the other. I want to keep this moving. Now that we're in the mud and we know that they're not going to attack. Hey Ben, what's up? It is the escape from Minsk. Escape. I hope we're not leaving a division behind. No man left behind in this army, my friend. I'm tempted to go back in there, attack there, and then bring the line through here. It's maybe more defensible, but I've got a lot of movement points left, and so again, I just want to take a second look at this. I did a lot of this really fast, obviously, but I had a general idea of what I wanted to do. But I think if we blew this mech unit out, it's only in 5 water. It's not mud yet. I may attack right there. We'll see. Like if I attacked here with the motorized, what kind of odds is it showing me? It's showing me about even, but I've got other units I could bring up here to help, and then we could run this down through here. you know, and then around, you know, kind of this way. We got a cavalry unit there. We should be able to move that back. That looks pretty strong, but now we're starting to get German units down here. We're also going to be able to expand north and south with all of these units out of Minsk. I love it. It's a puzzle. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I may put up a recording later. I don't know. I'm going to sit and stare at this for a while. Well, could we have ignored? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe we could have done, you know, some kind of pocketing. Maybe. I'll leave you with that thought. You guys are great. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Same time, same bat channel.